Yeah. Well, here we are again. We're back.
Back at it. What number is
Episode
this?
13, man. We're on
Fuck yeah.
13. We're rolling, dude.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah.
Did you go get your lottery tickets today?
No, dude, I don't play the lottery.
No. I
Never
don't
have.
I never do unless it's like $1 billion, so I figured
Yeah.
give it
No.
a shot.
I'd rather waste that money on a figure. I guess you could win. I guess, there could be the possibility that you could get it.
You never know. You
I think that
never know.
shit's rigged though.
It probably is.
Do I sound good? I was messing with my mic before. I want to make
Yeah, no,
you
it sounds
hear
good.
me okay? All right,
Sounds
good.
normal.
Yeah. Just so people know that listen on Spotify, I like to use hand gestures and I move around and we're both, we're cinematic per
Yeah.
se. So like check us out on YouTube because then sometimes you can't really understand or maybe you interpret things wrong, but then you'll see our facial expressions. Like that shows a lot. You know what I mean? We've talked about
Oh
that
yeah.
before. Facial expressions are huge when it comes to conversation. Huge body language. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
got them people that are constantly they're moving their hands and they're waving them around and they're hitting you and
My
in the face and all that.
reflection in my face here.
No, you look good.
Trying to like shut the blinds down because I'll just take them off.
Yeah, I know. I had that problem because I wear glasses too, but it's like there's always a reflection in the monitor.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do that though when we set up shop together and do a video or two when we're in the same room. That'll be fun.
Yeah. My stuff's pretty portable. I can bring it pretty much anywhere. So
So yeah, we were talking. I know one of our videos, we were talking about the boxing match with Nate Diaz and Jake Paul, which is now finished and
yep.
went to decision. Jake won the fight.
Indeed.
And a lot of people hate on him for, he's like, I don't know. He did his thing. I'm not jealous of him. Him and his brother did the YouTube thing. They became famous and they kept rolling with it. And that's just how some people are.
Yeah. There's a
They're,
Netflix thing on him, I guess. Untold.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I like watching that shit.
Yeah. So I think that might open up eyes to like kind of who they really are a little bit more. But yeah, they did their like you were saying, they did their YouTube thing. I think they're out to get money for the fights that they're doing and stuff because let's face it, the no one they fought are boxers, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
they're professional fighters, but they're not boxers.
No.
And it's blatantly obvious when you watch the fights. You can tell one of them is a boxer and one of them isn't. It makes a
I,
big difference.
well, I didn't read the whole article, but there was an article that talked about how much Nate got paid to do that fight.
A
And it
lot.
was a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
Like they were saying more than he made in the UFC.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right.
Because that's what this whole thing is. I think is a promotion just to get people excited for a boxing match. That's what it is. It's not about belts. It's not about winning
No.
championships. It's about promoting a fight that's going to get a ton of people involved,
Yep.
get people watching, putting butts in seats, and making money. That's what it's about.
Yeah, and it is. The last UFC pay-per-view that I purchased for myself, and normally I was buying them just for myself, but I can't stay up late to save my life anymore. I truly can. So that's hard for me to do those kind of things. But it was Cowboy and Connor.
Okay.
And it was when Connor came back. And I've been a huge fan of Cowboy Cerrone. Like I
Sure.
followed him in the WEC.
Mhm.
I liked his persona. He didn't give a fuck. He was there to throw hands. It didn't matter who it was. Let's go. Giddy up. I love that mentality.
Yep.
And it was like I was hoping for Cowboy. Like I was rooting for him all the way. He was my guy. But sometimes he starts late. And that's the biggest thing. Like he doesn't get really roll until maybe after the first round.
Yeah, he's got to take a few hits to get his juices flowing a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean Connor came out hard and it was over in 25 seconds.
Yep.
So I was bummed out. I was upset, But Cowboy got paid for that fight, and he deserved that fight too because he's done his thing. He's made his mark. He had a couple title runs. He
Mhm.
came close.
Yep.
In my eyes, he's a champion. You know,
He was a good fighter.
yeah, he's a great fighter. Great. He's got some of the best highlight reel knockouts, in my opinion, in the history of the UFC.
Yeah.
Like combo knockouts and submissions. He's got really good submissions. He's just overall a great fighter, you know. And he made his way. They got him into the Hall of Fame, which I
Did they
was,
really?
yeah,
Oh, good.
just recently. Yep. I was super happy for that because he'd take a fight on a week notice. He just wanted to fight. He loved to fight,
Yep.
you know. But like you were saying, you get that payday. When your name gets called, it's time to saddle up.
Yep. And that's where, some fighters are in it to win that championship and some are in it just to get some money because it is, right? You're getting paid insane amounts of money to just to walk in the ring. You don't have to win. Not I mean, there is winning bonuses and stuff, but
Oh, sure, sure.
but you know, you think about it, oh, I'm gonna walk out of here with $10 million. All I gotta do is walk in the ring and fight, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
I
oh,
mean, it's dangerous though.
oh it is.
I
Yeah.
mean, it truly is.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those guys. I mean, I watched an interview recently with Chuck. He was on someone's podcast, and I like to read the comments from people from time to time. You know,
Oh,
they're interesting.
you can see the ones that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, but somebody said, "Well, it's really sad to see like the damage is finally setting in on Chuck because he's had some hard hits and knockouts, you know, on it done to him. I mean,
That's a long career of getting beat up on.
yep. So I mean that they had a term for it, but it was like CTE or something like chronic. It was something to do with the brain, and you know his speech is kind of fallen off a little bit. And I know he's went overseas to do some stem cell stuff because I followed him. You know, I follow him.
Sure.
He was an idol to me.
Yeah.
And it's just sad, but I mean, he paved the way for the UFC too. You know, he deserves his recognition, and he's well known. But it's just you take that risk, man. You get knocked out and knocked out over and over again, and I mean that's traumatic. You know, they
Yeah.
have to go through all these tests, and they have to wait a long time before they can fight again. And
I mean, he's one of the OGs. He kind of, like you said, he paved the way. He was not in like the original UFC, but he was
right, close,
early on,
close,
early,
yeah.
you know.
Well, the
But
first Ultimate Fighter television show was him and Tito.
yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Season 1. Yeah, I
Yep.
have that on DVD, you know? But then he couldn't fight or something, or he chicken shitted out. You know, it's
Yeah.
Tito. I like Tito too because he did his thing for the UFC too.
Yeah. Was he a champ? He was a champ for a
He was a
while,
champ.
wasn't he? Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. So, but it's just, I mean, of course, I'd want to get paid too if you know you're going in there,
Yeah.
and it's changed a lot too from them. Then I know backstage we were talking that one day about how you're a wrestler.
Yep.
You know, you love the wrestling style aspect of it, and I'm more of the stand up and bang.
Yeah. Well, no, and I respect the stand up, and I mean, like I said, I've done MMA, so I do know from experience what it all entails. But from a as a wrestler, that's my angle to the whole thing. I enjoy it. I like watching that technical side of it.
Yeah,
But,
no, I respect it all too. It's got its way, but I would rather see if we're gonna fight, like keep the wrestling to the wrestling style.
but
But
think about it. If you're fighting, if you're in just a brawl outside, like it doesn't just it always goes to the ground. Always. And like if a bar fight anything, they always go to the ground. Somebody
yeah,
is grabbing onto somebody else and tackling them. So a real fight never is just a boxing match.
yeah.
Two guys just don't sit there and go, okay, we're gonna fist this one out. It's just not how it
Well,
works.
yeah,
You know what I
to
mean? So
to a
if
degree.
you really think about it, a real fight, someone's grabbing onto the other one because one of them is gonna feel superior and one of them isn't.
Yeah, they try to do the headlock thing, and
Yep.
so they
And
could
just
pound
hold
on
on
top of
for
your
dear
head.
life.
Yeah, yeah. There, yeah. I don't. like if you were to get in my opinion, if you were to get into a fight outside, like not knowing this shit's going down,
Sure.
compared to a match in a cage, or like there's a ref there, you have rules, right?
Mhm.
But in a real fight, in my opinion, I'm gonna get you before you can fucking get me, and
Right.
that's the way it's got to go.
Yes.
I don't. I mean, obviously, I would never
Re
use a weapon, but
Right. No, no, exactly. We're talking about, like, a real man's fight, not this pussy
yeah,
bitch shit where they pull out a weapon and have to use that. I'll say it, I don't care. If you have to fucking pull a weapon on somebody to if you're in a fight, you're a bitch.
yeah, yeah.
Plain and simple, I don't
Yeah,
care who you
no.
are.
Unless it's like something like you got your family with, or somebody's got, there's some weird shit. But like just a
Yeah,
fight. We're talking just fight, folks. Just a
yeah,
regular. We're
yeah.
gonna duke it out.
Yep.
I agree. No weapons. But like if
I say back in the day, but, like, when you were a kid, if you had a beef with somebody, it was, "We're gonna fight, and then we're gonna settle it with a fight. One person's gonna win, one person's gonna lose. Their beef is done. Shake hands.
yep,
Let's be friends," whatever.
yeah.
That shit don't happen anymore either. I don't know. It should.
No, the respect thing of it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'll say about the fighting nowadays is it's amazing. Even if you talk some shit, the hype up a fight. Or some people do have bad blood where they want to really hurt the other person.
Yeah.
But if it's all said and done, let's, you know, they respect, they give each other hugs, they try to get them up off the ground.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, the sportsmanship aspect of
Because
that.
this exactly. And
Yep.
that's what we've talked about. Kids should learn the sportsman side of things as well,
They should.
right?
Yep.
But there's a difference in mentality when you're going to do that to a street fight. Like you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to stop it, what's going to shake
Right.
down, right?
Well, who's gonna jump in from the side and sucker
Yeah,
punch you or whatever, you know?
yeah, that shit happens too. Like, I remember fights like that in school,
Yep.
getting whacked or tripped or pushed. Or I
Yeah,
remember
some BS thing, you know?
in elementary school, I was getting picked on by this kid over and over again. He'd push me out of line, or he'd trip me out on the playground. And one day I just finally had enough. And I just went ape shit, and I tripped him and got on top of him, and I'm just hammer fisting or whatever you want to call it, and he got a bloody nose. And the same day we actually had to go on a field trip, and we were sitting next to each other. We were friends. Like it was
Yeah.
all squared away and never
Yeah, the
happened
beef is
again.
over.
Yep. So
Yeah.
sometimes you got to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what it is, right? The bully thinks that they can pick on you,
Yeah.
and you need to stand up for yourself, and once you do, they're like, "Oh, well, I guess I can't pick on him anymore."
Right.
You know?
Yep.
That's
It's
why
just
every kid should join wrestling, period.
yeah. I mean, it's good to control. Now, if we talk inside the cage and you're wrestling, a lot of like Randy Couture he brought the ground and pound.
Mhm.
He'd wrestle you, get you down, smother you, but then he'd start dropping elbows or, you know, pounding on your face.
Yep.
That part of it's cool. But if you're just trying to get you to submit to me, you know what I'm saying? That's just not my style.
Right. No, like, it's wrestling. I mean, there's a mindset to wrestling that if you're a wrestler, you understand, but there's a mindset to a wrestler that is, like, not even remotely close to any other sport, in my opinion. Like, physically demanding sport, one of the most physically demanding sports, and then mentally demanding too on top of it. I think you take that and bring that into, like, the fight game, it's a whole different thing, you know? I think that's where a lot of wrestlers you see always at the top of the card, always one of those are always the guys that are I don't wanna say wild card, but, like, they're always the dude that you can't count them out ever, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
right. Right.
So, like, I don't know, hip control, like, being able to control somebody while they're on the ground, even a wrestler, like, even in a stand-up position, they just know how to move, they're a little bit more fluid. I mean, probably not as good as a boxer, but, like, they can they can do that as well. I mean, maybe not throw punches as well as a boxer, but
Yeah, they're good on their feet.
Unless you're Masvidal, you're gonna get taken down like
Yeah,
like you were
yeah.
talking about in the Askren fight, but, like, you know, that was just Masvidal being super smart, knowing exactly what he was gonna do, so,
Well, yeah, I mean,
if
if
that
you're a
doesn't
wrestler,
happen, that's a whole different fight, I think.
what do wrestlers do? They shoot.
Exactly.
So they go low. Their heads are always down.
Yep.
I would think that too. Kick him in the head, knee him. I didn't, the flying knee that he did there was,
He knew it, he knew it was coming, that's what he sprinted up, and he knew that in a moment of panic like that, you go I say this all the time, you always fall to the level of your training. So like if your training is shooting double leg takedowns and you get into a panic situation, you're gonna shoot. Well, Masvidal sprinted in, Askren shot.
yep.
Masvidal knew that was gonna happen, so he just threw that knee in there and good night.
And
You
what's
know,
crazy about that, I mean, that fight, that's a highlight reel that'll go on for the ages for
well,
sure.
you can't get faster than that. There's no way.
But they even showed him training for that,
Mhm.
which was cool. Like
That's what I'm
in his
saying. Like
training camp, they
he
were like,
knew.
"Let's try this." Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he
it
knew
it
exactly what
worked.
was gonna happen.
It
Yep.
worked to a T, man.
Yep. And that's part of why mixed martial arts is evolving into everybody has to know everything. You
Oh
need to know
yeah,
how to wrestle. You need to know BJJ. You need to know Muay Thai. You need to know boxing. Everything. You
yeah,
need to know it all because if you're one sided, like Askren pretty much was, you're gonna get smoked.
yeah.
Even though he's a world class wrestler.
Well, I think he was a champ, wasn't he? Over in I don't want to say Strike Force, but the other organization that he was in,
Yeah,
he was a champ.
one.
One FC,
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
I think it was one. Yeah, he was a champion over there. But, like, people booed him over there because he would wrestle people and beat the crap out of them and just beat them up and hold them down and beat them up. That's all
yeah.
he would do. And it's like, tell those other people to be better. I don't know, like,
Well, I think that
if
just
you don't like
people
the wrestling, be better, I
we
guess.
pay for the like when you spend what is it, $70 now, $75 for a pay per
Yeah,
view.
whatever it is, yeah,
It's a fucking lot of money. Like you
yeah,
want to see some ass whooping,
right,
not I. You know what I'm saying? Not just holding each other and
yeah,
wrestling around. Like I get that that takes work and practice, and it's a skill.
yep.
But I want to see some. We want
Well,
to
that's
see
like
entertainment.
people who watch NASCAR, they don't watch them to make a left turn, they wanna see a damn crash. Like,
Yeah.
at least that's why I watch it anyway, I don't know. Someone's gotta, you know, let there be excitement?
Yeah. No, it's funny you said NASCAR because I was thinking about that today because I used to be a big NASCAR fan too. I was a big Dale Jr. fan.
I'll watch once in a while and I play on DraftKings. I'll throw 25 cents on a race or something and try and
Yeah,
double up.
my
Yeah,
dad does that.
just for fun.
My dad's been a NASCAR fan his whole life. I remember he used to have a cabinet full of VHS. He taped every race.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's
No
been a
kidding.
diehard fan for
Holy man.
shit since Dale Earnhardt was in the number 3 Wrangler car. That was his guy. Every Sunday we'd watch the
Hmm,
race, and then as I got older, and then Dale Jr. came on the scene. It's like, well, I'm gonna be like, my old man likes Dale Earnhardt. I'm gonna like Dale Jr.
there you go. The Budweiser 8.
Yep.
Yep.
So I used to be heavy into that. I used to actually race in a league online too,
Oh, really?
an actual legitimate league. Yeah,
Like,
I've raced for money before.
would you race?
It was NASCAR sim racing. I had a Logitech Momo steering wheel set up with gas
Oh, really?
pedals, a shifter. Oh yeah,
No kidding.
some of the most fun I've ever had gaming online.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it was so much fun, man. It was NARL. That was National American Racing League.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a fucking blast.
Did you crash a lot?
No, no, we all had headsets on and we used TeamSpeak. If you
Okay.
remember TeamSpeak and Ventrilo, that were like the very first like chatting
Yeah.
things on Windows XP and stuff.
Oh, so you could talk to the other drivers?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had
Okay.
cautions and yeah, it was all legit, man. We'd have practice sessions where we'd go out there and help each other and tweak. You can tweak your car, man. It was a blast.
Oh, that's cool.
I remember my first win too.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I
got a
was.
W, huh?
It was Martinsville. Yep.
Right on.
I got passed on the last lap going into turn 3, and he passed me hard where he slid up a little bit. So I ducked underneath him and I hit him a little bit, knocked him. It was like a photo finish, man. We were banging into the wall. Yeah, it was awesome. He was pissed, but he congratulated me later on.
W's a W, man. Rubbin's racing. You gotta tell him.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
How long ago was that? Like online gaming. That would have been early on then, huh?
Early 2000s,
Okay.
2004. Yeah, 2004, 5.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got online gaming. I think it was on the Xbox. We were at my house. At my parents' house, I should say. This was before I had my own house. I think we were still in high school. And you'd hook up the Ethernet cable to your internet, right?
Yeah.
And we had like dial-up internet at the time, so it was like not good.
No,
But like
right.
you had to like you had to like have the Ethernet. It was nothing. There was no Bluetooth or no Wi-Fi or any of that shit.
Right.
But I remember having cables like all over the house, just like strung all over the place, just to like hook up the internet. And we were playing Halo, and you could play online on Halo. That was like one of the earlier games. I shouldn't say the
That's
earliest,
early, dude.
but it was early. And we
Yeah.
were playing like I remember playing on, and it took us like all night because it was the first time that we played online, so we really didn't know what we were doing. Me and 4 friends, and we just kept playing and playing and playing until we won, and we finally won. Like it took us all night, like 6 hours, 7 hours of just playing nonstop to win a match. And we finally won a match. We're like, yeah, we just freaked out. And then now it's like, that's all you can do is online game.
Well, that's whatever. Yeah, I mean, some of the first games I've ever played online was like StarCraft and Diablo, the very first Diablo.
Yep. Yeah.
That was a blast, man. Windows 98. Dial-up internet. Yeah. Oh,
Gotta
man.
love it, man.
I still play those games. Well, not
Command and
Diablo 1.
Conquer was another one. That was another good one.
Yeah.
You remember Command and Conquer?
Oh, yeah. The strategy. I love them kind of strategy
Those were
games where you
great
build your
games.
base and your army.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah, I used to play with my cousins, and then you'd have like an hour of building your base. So instead of just
Oh,
like
yeah.
starting and like getting after it, all right, we have an hour. We would just sit and bullshit and talk, and 1 hour to set up our stuff, and then once that hour was good, and then all right, get after it.
Yeah.
He would kick my ass every time because he would like have like 5 bases set up, and that was before I knew I could just keep building extra bases. So like I would have one base that was just
Oh,
massive.
just huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Gotta
he would have
expand.
like 7, and he would be like completely surrounding me, and like it's like, he'd come in from all directions. What's
You know
going
what?
on?
You know what's crazy is StarCraft over in like China and stuff. They actually have big tournaments. People make big money playing that game. Still.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's very strategic.
StarCraft?
StarCraft, man. You remember that? You could be Terran, which is like your human Marines and stuff,
Yep.
and then Zerg was like an alien race, and then Protoss.
Okay.
hmm You can actually download it. It's free now. You can download it for free off of battle.net.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that out. I probably will never play it though.
You'd like it.
I might even have it on my PlayStation. I don't know. PlayStation gives out free games every month, so
Yeah.
it might have been one in one of those.
They did make it for the 64.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Mm-hmm. I think you do too, because I think I saw it when I was over. I swear I thought I
No, I
did.
have Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
have Star. I don't have
you gotta put that
StarCraft.
on the list. Probably a hard one to find, to be honest with you.
I'll have to take a look. I'll see. I don't know. It might be.
Yeah.
I can look it up. But yeah, I remember my buddy and I used to play like all the Ghost Recons too. We loved those stealthy games where we'd sneak in and
Sneak.
snipe everybody and
Metal Gear
try
Solid.
and trying to get through. Metal Gear Solid was another good game. I'll look it up later actually. But
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's
man.
I think I mean it's cool that everything is online now, but just being a part of the first initial wave of playing online like that was just so much fucking fun.
Yeah. it was a completely new experience. Took gaming to a whole new level.
And yeah, and you couldn't, and it was chat. So like I got really good at typing because there was no communication like this. There was no TeamSpeak
Sure.
Ventrilo at the time. There was no headsets
Right.
that I was aware of back then. So it was all typing.
Yeah, I think my kid actually had like a little keyboard typing thing that he could plug into his controller.
Really?
Yeah, I think Xbox
Oh
made it.
yeah,
I don't know if
Xbox
there's
did that. You're right.
yeah.
I bought something for my Switch because I'm like first person shooters. I'm terrible at unless I'm on a PC with a keyboard and a mouse. I
Oh,
can't.
sure.
I can't first person shooter to save my
With a
life with
controller.
a
Yeah.
controller. So some company made like a half a keyboard and a mouse that you could jack into your Switch. And
Really?
I was actually playing Fortnite because my kids were like, "Play Fortnite with us, Dad." And I'm trying to play with a controller, and it's just terrible.
Yeah.
You don't have fun when you're getting your ass kicked.
No, not
And
often.
you don't have to be great, but I mean, you want to at least get some
Get a kill
kills.
or two. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could. So I'm like,
Do
let
they
me see.
do they make just like a keyboard with like 10 keys on it or something?
Yeah, it was like half of a keyboard. So it
Hmm.
was like for me to like move, I call it the WAD. So
Yeah.
WAD, forward,
Yep.
left, right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
S. Yeah.
S back, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I can play. And I'm not saying I'm good, but I was good.
Right on.
I was good, man.
Yeah, I played uh shit, what is it even called? I can't even remember what it's called.
Call of Duty.
Guild Wars 2. I played that for a
Oh,
little while.
yeah.
Yeah. That was on my PC, so that was kind of fun. But I've always really been a console player mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was too up until like finally I mean, you had to have a decent PC to play some of those games back then too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, I like the mouse and the keyboard thing too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we
But
kind of
like I said, I'm just used to a controller now. It's mostly what I like the best. Now that I've played it for such a long time.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys are that good. I watch my boys play sometimes and it's like they're doing shit and I'm like, "Holy man, there's no way. I'm getting old. I can't move that fast like that. My eyes don't work good." You know?
Just muscle memory and doing it for a long time. You know, you just
Yeah.
know. And mostly most games have the same pattern of like
Movement.
movement and controls. Like
Yeah.
so, like your triggers are obviously like shooting or throwing or whatever. You can kind of set it up to be pretty much the same as what you're used to with any game. But
Well, see, there we go. We can tie that into the fighting aspect. Different styles of playing, different styles of fighting.
it is, yeah,
To go back to that, some of the bet like BJ Penn. We talk about him. We're both big fans of BJ.
we are.
Very well rounded.
Yep,
In his prime, he phenomenal, phenomenal.
yep. There's even videos of him doing some crazy training. Like one of my favorite ones, and I've tried it, and it's insanely hard. But you're like waist deep in a pool, and you have to jump out of the pool.
Oh man,
Dude, that is insanely hard to do. Like even in like the shallowest of the pool, like when it's like knee deep, then it's not that hard. But like you get like up to your thighs in water, and it's that water drags you down, and like
drags
it's
you.
hard to like jump out.
Yeah, man.
You smash your shins on the edge of the pool. Oh my god.
Well, I think George St. Pierre. That's how he trains now. He
Yeah.
specifically trains
Well,
just in the pool, in
pool.
water. Yeah, with weights and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got like these hand things he uses on for like resistance, but he says it's like some of the best and I mean, he's a phenomenal athlete too.
Mhm.
Got to give it up for GSP.
We do pool training for cross country.
It helps, man.
Yeah, you can do water jogging. It's huge. Helped one of my athletes, a couple of my athletes this year in
Yeah.
track, big time,
Shit.
because it's zero resistance. You don't have the impact on the ground on your knees and your joints, but you're still getting the workout in. You're still using the muscles that you would,
Muscles.
So
Yeah.
yeah, low impact. It's good.
I never did none of the I never got into the MMA thing. I know you did that. I would have liked to, but I was. You got to kind of start that shit young now if you
Yeah,
really want
I
to.
did it. I did it for like a year.
I took Taekwondo for a little bit,
Okay.
and then I got the boys in it,
Yeah.
and that was fun. But that's a lot of kicks, you know. It's
Yeah.
a lot of. We did some sparring in that too, and that was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We were getting to the point where what really sucked because we stopped doing it because of COVID, basically.
Oh, okay.
So they, everything kind of shut down, and we had to distance ourselves, and there was no contact, and then it was gonna go to like online video training,
Oh, jeez. Then
and
yeah, what
it's
the
like,
hell's the point of that?
yeah, nah, and he kind of, he shut her down for a little bit,
Yeah.
but we were gonna, because you gotta buy your own pads, like your chest gear
Oh, sure.
and
Yep.
stuff, because a part of being in the class was you're gonna go to tournaments,
Yeah.
and that would have been fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was competing. We were learning every every aspect of martial arts. It was kind of fun, like jujitsu and kickboxing and boxing, and we had so someone from our hometown, uh, Willie Price,
Oh yeah,
right? You know Willie
oh
Price.
yeah, yep,
Okay,
great
so
coach.
he's a boxing coach, and from a small town, remember, he coached in the Olympics.
Yep,
Okay, I mean, this guy was the real deal,
he was
and
legit.
he was teaching us how to box at the gym, and, so we had some legit people in there that were coaching, and it was fantastic. It was really, really fun.
Yeah,
Learned a lot.
I believe he passed away.
He did,
He
yep.
did.
Yeah,
So
a few years back.
rest in peace.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
legend.
used to.
He was a
He is.
fedora guy.
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yeah,
Oh, he
he
had a
worked. He worked in
fedora
the
on,
yard
and
too. He
yes,
worked
he
in the
did.
shipyard. Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, he did.
Great guy. Had some great stories.
Oh, yeah. Humble too, like, you would have
Mm-hmm.
never even known that he
He,
was
he never. Yep.
at that level.
Never known.
Nope, but, yeah, it was a fun time learning the different styles of martial arts and being able to use it in a fight, and it was kinda fun. It was good.
You got to think these big time. We'll say, like Conor McGregor. We'll just use him as an example.
Yeah.
He's got a documentary on Netflix too, and I suggest people watch that. It's very good.
It's called what's it called?
I think it's just called Connor. It's newer.
Oh, because I thought he had something called, like, Glorious or something like that, or
He might have had another one done too, like prior. This is more recent, like right after he broke his leg against Dustin Poirier. Like
okay,
it showed him the next day in the hospital. Like it starts from there and then it goes back to, because he came from nothing,
okay.
living in his car,
Yeah.
but it's really good. But these elite athletes like him, like they have a whole team. Like they train for months on end, right? They
Mhm.
do each aspect, like you said. They hit the wrestling, they do the jujitsu, striking. They
Yep.
do the whole work, man. It's like it's work,
It
weight
is.
training, running, the whole package. It's crazy. It's impressive what these guys do to try to get that.
Yeah.
Well, they all shoot for the gold, right?
Right.
That's the end goal.
Right. Yeah,
Become the
whether
champ.
it's championship or getting paid, right? I mean, that's what, like we said before. But I think as every up and comer is always, I wanna win the championship. No one's thinking about money at that time.
Right.
They wanna make a name for themselves being, the new kid on the block, just look out.
And he did it. He did it in two weight
Yep,
classes. He held the belt
he
in two
did.
different weight divisions.
Not many people do that.
Nope. BJ was one of them.
BJ was one of them.
Yep.
I think Lyoto Machida was one of them also, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know he had the light heavyweight. Maybe the
Did
middleweight
he
too.
did he have the
He never went to heavyweight.
welterweight? Did he have that one?
Mm, not sure.
I don't remember. No, maybe BJ Penn went up, and because BJ Penn fought him, so BJ Penn was fluctuating all over the place.
Yeah, some of them guys, and try to do that to your body is
Oh my god,
crazy.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's
You
insane,
see,
man. Some
that's
of
why
those weight cuts are just stupid.
yeah, I think they implemented a lot of rules because of that, because people were getting really hurt and sick and,
Mhm.
you know
As a wrestler, like, I know the weight cutting thing, like,
yeah, you had to do it. That was I
dude,
remember
I'll tell
seeing
you
some of
what,
my
if you're
friends
a
do it.
wrestler out there and you're trying to, like, if you think you need to make a weight cut to find a weight class, don't do it, period. Hands down, do not do it. Cut yourself if 7 pounds is about max. You don't need to cut more than that. That's easy. You can stay eating, you can stay relatively good where you're at. 7 pounds, you can fluctuate, no problem. As soon as you get past that, and then you try to maintain for an entire season, cutting 10, 12 pounds and staying there, it's just
Yeah.
not, you can't do it. You
No,
can't do it.
it's
If
not healthy, man.
that's if you're in shape already. Like if you're somebody who can obviously lose some of those pounds, it might not be as bad. But like if you're an in shape wrestler who is a perennial like contender, like doing well, no, don't do it. I'm telling you, you start losing your muscle, you start losing your strength by the end of the season.
Well, you lose muscle. That's
Oh yeah,
for that's for sure.
yeah,
That I mean, it's not just water weight
mm-hmm.
and your strength
Yep,
because you're just depleted.
yeah. And with wrestling, you don't get a night to like rehydrate. And wrestling is you weigh in that morning and then you go wrestle an hour later. Where at least with fighting, you can rehydrate the night before,
Yeah, they
eat,
give
get
you a
back up to,
right.
you can try
And
and
I think
swell up
that's why
again.
they
But,
do that to
but
try
even
to
that big fluctuation, you go out and fight the night after, you're slow. If you're eating like a pig the night before, which I've seen fighters do.
yeah. Yeah, and you can't, trying to like you said, you get wrestling that same day. It's not like you can go grab a Big Mac and because you'll get sick.
Right.
You're so depleted. You got to like
Mhm.
slowly implement it.
Yep.
But these elite athletes, they got the whole team behind them. They do it all proper. They got
They got
meal preps.
nutritionists. Yeah,
Yeah,
you name it. And
but
most of them, I think, do it right. You know what I mean? Like when you have a good team that knows what the hell's going on. But
yeah,
I've been a part of some weight cutting things, and it's so messed up. You go sit in a sauna and like try and just cut it off. Like
yeah. Put the
baby
sweatsuit
oil,
on.
baby oil on your skin, and
Yeah,
sweat it
man.
out, and it just keeps coming out.
Yeah,
Messed up.
they
You
tried to get
basically
me to.
cook yourself.
They tried to get me to join wrestling, but I didn't do it.
You should have.
I just,
Should
yeah,
have.
that's one thing I'll say is don't. We all have regrets, right?
Hmm.
That's one of mine is not doing more sports in school. That's my fault.
Nothing against basketball players, but they have their own thing. But if you're not in a sport, you should try wrestling. Tell you what, it'll make you mentally tougher. If anything, it'll make you mentally tougher.
Yeah,
I'm a
I've
big
wa-
believer in the mental toughness.
That's the thing, man. I agree with you.
Yep.
I agree with you on that. That's 100%
Something
fucking a.
this country lacks, I think, a lot of nowadays.
Well, yeah, we're just getting everything's yeah. Well, that's because there's your hurt feelings report. You
Yep.
know,
Gotta
and
fill it or
yeah, hurt feelings report.
Yep.
Well, what did he say to you, young man?
Where does it hurt? Point on the
Yeah.
little body.
Can you circle this? We won't tell no one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
mental
hurt right
toughness.
here.
Yeah. Pussy. No. No, I'm not saying that to be a bully, but it's just that's the way it is. But I truly believe that you got to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
And I tell my boys that too. I mean, you don't instigate or do anything, but if you're getting picked on or something and I'm all for handling yourself.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. That's what I always told Logan. Like, hey man, someone's picking on you and if a teacher doesn't listen or whatever, I'm not saying go be a tattletale because no one likes that either.
Yeah.
But if it's to the point where it's causing an issue for you, you can do one of two things. You can make a big deal about it to your teachers, and that might cause more people to like start making fun of you.
Yeah.
Or you can just pop the bastard in the mouth. One quick one.
Be done with it.
There you go.
Yep.
Guarantee you won't talk back anymore.
Yeah, I've seen some actually, but what's crazy now is I've seen some fights already in middle school that it's all everybody standing around, they got their phones, it's fucking all
Oh
over.
yeah, then everything goes viral and it's
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. It's not like back in our day where that was it, you know,
yep.
until a teacher
Kid
came
gets
or,
slammed against the lockers and all right, disperse. Nothing to see here. Get out of the hallway. What
yeah,
are you guys doing?
yeah, yeah. You take care of yourself and then you move forward. Makes you
Yeah,
stronger too.
yeah.
Like I said, that I was getting picked on, and then that happened. I mean, that was in elementary school, but that shit starts early now. It doesn't matter what grade you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But then we were friends after that. It was
Right.
cool. We were cool. You never want to be the one to start it, but if you got to finish it, finish it.
That's right. Right.
Right?
I hear you. Make sure that they know what's up because if you let people pick on you, they're just gonna continue to do it until you do something about it.
But first, be a Jedi. You got to be a Jedi about it. Try to handle
Yes.
it the right way.
Yep.
That's the way I look at life now.
But when all else fails,
Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of discipline involved in martial arts, and I think
there.
that's a good thing for kids to do too. I think that should be a class in school. That teaches a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of rules and how to mentally, like you said, mentally, emotionally,
Right. Yeah.
because
Not
then,
letting anger get them to the point where they just want to beat everything up.
yeah,
Right.
right,
Being able to control their physical emotion where they're not just punching a locker or punching the first kid that comes by or whatever.
yeah. Well, I even tell my boys sometimes get a little wound up over video games, and I'm sure a lot of kids do. Let's be real.
I do.
Yeah, I used to get wound up too a little bit. But I mean, that doesn't solve nothing. Getting
No.
all pissed off and slamming your controller down. Now you just broke your shit. Now you got to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, just walk away for a little bit. That's what I tell them. I said, walk away, take a little break, breather, get them something to drink.
Yep.
Go back to it if you can't beat the level or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, that works.
Yep. No, this is crazy. Like, so what is our collecting, or no, maybe it was one of our the first podcast. I was wearing my Bloodborne hat,
Yep.
and that game is the game that like made me relax on video games because anyone who's played Bloodborne knows how incredibly hard some of those bosses are. There was boss fights that took days to beat because they were just so hard. It's like, oh my
Damn.
god, I almost got him, and then you get him to like a sliver of health, and then it kills you or something. It's like
Mm.
no, and you freak out. And all the fights are until you get late in the game where you're kind of OP, but like you it takes a while. Like it's not just a quick fight. It's like 10, 15 minutes sometimes where you have to like
Yeah.
be very methodical about what you do and you need to be able to control your emotions, you know what I mean? So it's like at first I
Well,
was getting pissed off every time I lose, but then like throughout the game it's like, all right, I just got to set it down, go for a walk,
walk. Yep.
take the dogs outside or whatever and come back in
I
and then
used to
you'd
get,
usually win.
for Tony Hawk Pro Skater when it came out remastered for the Switch. I used to play the shit out of that game and back when it first came out. One of the best sports games in my opinion ever. Like I love Tony Hawk and the X Games and all that stuff, man. Which we could talk about that another time too. But some of the tricks, like they give you achievements and things that you got to do to unlock stuff, right?
Right.
Well, they really vamped it up in this one. And it's like you got to do this crazy combo move and it's like you get so close and then you fail. Oh man, I got so mad sometimes. It's like that's it. Shut her down. And
Yeah.
then come back and then I'd hit it.
Did you ever play Dave Mira?
Little bit. Yep.
BMX?
Yeah, I wish they would remake that.
Dude, I love that game. That was one of my favorite games
Yeah,
as a
that was
kid, like,
good.
that was one of
That
my
was
favorite
good.
games. Yeah.
That was another good one.
Yep,
Uh,
BMXing, like, the soundtrack was fantastic.
dude.
All this punk rock on there, and yeah, that was such a good you could, like, make your own skate park too, so, like, I would sit and build my own skate park for, like, hours and just sit there, and everything had to be, like, perfect, and then you'd run through it, and you're like, "Oh, crap, this doesn't line up," and then you'd have to, like, go back and, like,
Yeah, yeah.
fix it.
Them were some classics, man.
Oh, yeah,
Some legends.
without a doubt.
I got into playing the UFC games too for a little bit. Them were pretty fun.
I tried, and then for some reason, the mechanics just felt really weird to me, so
Hmm. Were you trying to do the wrestling aspect of it? Because that's kind of technical with the
yeah.
joystick, how you gotta kinda
Yep.
yeah, see, no,
Yep,
I was
and that's
just
where it was really weird. I'm like, "Ah, this just doesn't, like, jive for me. That doesn't make sense why I have to do this for this to happen," or
yeah. No, yeah, I was the standing banger. That was me.
punch and kick or
Yep.
just let it fly.
Punch and kick, man.
Going for the
Go
knockout every
going
time.
for every time. That's the only way to go, man.
Yeah, get the highlight reels, baby.
Yep.
That's how you make Sports Center.
Yeah. I never played them online though. Like I never, because I know
Oh,
I never wanted to do that. I don't know. I just never found the joy. I did try the Tony Hawk online. That was kind of cool because
okay.
they have that on the Switch or on the
Yeah.
remastered version of it.
Yeah,
That
I
was
never
pretty
did the
fun.
online part.
Skating around, like free skating with other people around. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun. And there were some challenges too where you'd do a big trick and it would keep your points there and then it would turn the color of that ramp your color, so like blue. And then somebody else would try to come and try to do a better trick to turn it
Oh,
red
yeah.
and it was
Okay.
timed, so you had so much time to try to take over so much of the park.
Hey,
So
that's actually
that
kinda
was
cool.
pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's fun.
I, like, became really good at, like, doing that trick and then doing, like, a manual, and then, like, doing a jumping and then doing a trick again and then grinding and then
Gra
jumping and grinding,
Yep.
jump, grind, because then you just keep adding up, like, the
Racking up the points,
multipliers.
man.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that again. That'll be
You
it.
get those
Well,
the pool, right, where you can, like,
yep.
grind around the top of the pool, and you just keep going in circles, and every time there's a corner, it, like, gave you an acceleration, so you're like, "Alright," you can just keep going and
I
sit on a
remember
grind for, like, 10 minutes. Like,
in
what
the
the
in the warehouse, the very first map that you're on or park that you're
Yep.
on in Tony Hawk, the very first one, there's a like if you do a flip over the vert ramp and then you can hit the rail and then onto the like the pool style and go all the way around it. If you get to the wall, it'll come up holy shit grind.
Yeah,
It was really cool. It's hard to get, but it says that. It's
that's
pretty
sweet.
neat.
No, those old games, man, they did it right. They made them right. They were fun.
They were fun, dude. Just
Yeah.
like the Twisted Metals. You know, them were
Oh, dude.
fun. Them were
There's a TV
fun.
show on Twisted Metal.
I
TV
heard
show now.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
I haven't
stomach's
seen it.
grumbling.
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen it either. I gotta watch it. I wanna see how good it is.
but yeah, man, this was a this was a fun one.
Hell yeah, man.
We'll have to dig deeper into the. I love talking about the UFC, and I know you do too. So we'll have to
Yeah.
do more episodes on that. And plus, online gaming, man. You guys better hold on to your hats, man, because we're gonna hit the afterburners on this show. We'll bring you back. We'll have some
Go back and some nostalgia and talk about the
shit. Yeah,
OG UFC and
the glory,
the heyday.
the heyday.
They should bring it back, like, where it's like a tournament, not just a big fight card.
Oh shit, man! If you never seen any of the first UFCs, oh my goodness, that was insane. No rules basically, except
Oh,
obviously
you
hitting in
couldn't
the
fight.
groin or biting. You couldn't
Yep,
bite or no hitting in the groin, but there was hair pulling happening, and a boxer would come out with one boxing glove on. And it's like, what the hell are you doing?
yep. I'll never forget I forget the guy's name, but he put that dude in a guillotine and just elbowed him until he was limp.
Yeah,
Oh, what
dude.
was his name? But yeah,
I
he like wrestling shoes on and with a gi, and he's just
yep.
like
Yeah, they had to change that. I'm
Yeah,
obviously
that
well,
was
really,
absolutely
the UFC only happened in a few states back in the day. it was illegal to do that.
Yeah, it was like underground fighting.
Yeah. But
That's crazy, man.
anyway, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Another one in the books. You got to get out of here by 4, huh?
Yeah. Get
Okay.
the missus will be coming home. She was I brought her some flowers today at work. I rode over there in my scooter, and
Oh.
yeah, she's been kind of feeling under the weather a little bit, so just cheer
Yeah.
her up and we get some dinner. We're gonna watch some TV shows tonight and just relax and
Right on. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut the grass, I think.
yeah.
Otherwise it's gonna be a disaster trying to do it when it's a foot tall, so I gotta get that stuff done before it's too much.
Yeah, I think we got some rain coming later in the week, so
Yeah, we had some raindrops as I was coming home from work today. So
yeah, it got a little dark.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening and supporting. As always, we appreciate it. We truly do. We're having a blast.
hell yeah.
Hopefully you can relate. Drop a comment, share. The typical end of the show spiel.
You bet.
The spiel, if you'll have it.
Spread the word. Get your friends to subscribe and listen.
Yeah. Get the monks out there, man.
That's right.
But
Can you hear my stomach?
no,
Oh my god, it's so loud.
I thought it was your dog. That was your
Well, yeah, she's back here too. What are you doing?
yeah.
Here, say bye.
There. Everyone loves seeing there she is. Say bye.
Little
Yeah,
ZB.
little cutie.
My little zebra cake.
The zebra cake.
Yep.
Well, that's it, folks. We're gonna get the hell out of here.
All right. We'll see you later.
Be easy and keep smiling. Later.